Hi everyone. Today again we are here with our chapter continuity and with some selected problem there from the chapter continuity. Some problems were taken from the NCERT book and some problems taken from some side books there. Now then after this class, further I am going to discuss in our next class. We are going to be discussed with then differentiability there. This is our last topic based on continuity chapter. Now we are going to discuss one by one step problem there. One of the problem what we have find all points of discontinuity of f where f is defined by as follows. How f is defined? Fx is defined as minus x mod of minus x plus 3 when our x is less than or equal to minus 3. Again it's defined as it's a minus 2x whenever our x is lie between minus 3 and 3, whenever our x is greater than minus 3 and less than 3, and it's having value 6x plus 2 whenever our x is greater than or equal to 3. Now what do we see that when our x is less than minus 3 mod of minus x plus 3, it's being polynomial, it's continuous there. When you are going to plot the graph, what do we see? We get the continuous line there, and at x greater than or equal to 3 being polynomial, it's also a continuous. When our when our x is it's a minus 3 point there, below x minus 3 being mod of minus x plus 3 being it's a continuous function there, and it's also continuous beyond x greater than or equal to 3 there. Now to the point, what do we have to discuss there? We have to discuss at the point, because the function is defined when our x is less than or equal to minus 3, whenever our x is greater than 3. Then the point to be considered, we have to be considered at x equal to minus 3, and also we have to because the point is defined as less than 3 greater than 3, then 2 we have to be here discuss 2 point x equal to minus 3 and x equal to 3. We are going to check the behavior of the function at x equal to minus 3 and x equal to 3 there. Then we have to be, if our function is continuous at x equal to minus 3 and x equal to 3, then our answer would be there is no points of discontinuity there. Right? Now we are going to start with discuss. Now we have to be take 2 point at x equal to minus 3 and x equal to 3. Then we are start with at x equal to minus 3. Start with our left hand limit. Limit x tends to minus 3 fx. What we have limit s tends to 0 f of minus 3 minus h. Minus 3 minus h means its a point is less than minus 3, then we are going to be its point less than minus 3. Then we have mod of minus x plus 3 here. Then we are going to take limit s tends to 3 mod of minus, what is our x? Our x is what? Minus 3 minus h, minus 3 minus h plus 3. Sorry, our point defined mod of minus x, then it's my mod of minus 3, close mod there, then plus 3. When we're going to solve this limit, we get here what? We get 3 plus 3, we get 6 here. Then its limiting value is what? We get 6 here. Now we are going to find out right hand limit. Our right hand limit at x at x equal to minus 3, and limit x tends to minus 3. Here we take left hand limit, this is minus 3 minus, that's why here we get minus 3 here. We are going to right hand limit minus 3 plus fx, then change with arbitrary h tends to 0, and our minus 3 plus h. Now minus 3 plus h means our point is greater than minus 3. Here our x is greater than minus 3, and then we are going to take minus 2x function there. Now limit h tends to 0 minus 2x, our x is what? Minus 3 plus h. When we are going to solve this limit, again we get here minus 2 into minus 3, we get 6 here. Now what we see here our left hand limit and right hand limit is coincide to each other, having same value 6 there. If our function value, what is our function value at f equal to -3? Whenever we are going to find the f of -3, here x is equal to -3, f of -3, what we get? Minus minus plus 3, 3 plus 3, 6. What we see? Function value also 6 there. Then at x equal to -3, what we see there? Left hand limit is equal to right hand limit. It equal to f of -3. Therefore, our fx is continuous at x equal to -3. Our function is continuous at x equal to -3. Now we check one of the point at x equal to -3. Now we are going to check our second point at x equal to 3 here. We are going to start left hand limit at x equal to 3. I'm going to start with limit s tends to 0. It's a start with f of 3 minus h. 3 minus s means it's starting with 3 minus s means less than 3, and here is less than 3. It's a minus 2x. Limit s tends to 0 minus 2x. Then we are going to solve it. So what we get here? Its limiting value is what? When s tends to 0, we get here -3. Now we are going to find out our right hand limit at x equal to 3. Limit s tends to 0, f of 3 plus h. Our function is greater than 3. Then in this case, what we have? 6x plus 2. Limit s tends to 0, 6x. Our x is 3 plus s plus 2. After solving it, what we get here? 6, 3, 18 plus 2. We get 20 here. And now the function value at 3, what we are going to get? It's 6, 3, 18 plus 2. 6, 3 plus 2, we get 20 here. Now what we see that at x equal to 3, what we have? Our function value at x equal to 3, we get, what we get at x equal to 3? Our left hand limit is what? Is equal to -3 here. Sorry, we have to be one of the look at the left hand limit. Whenever at x equal to 3, f of 3 minus x, limit s tends to 0, we take minus only, -3 minus s. And what we have at whenever x is less than, when our x is less than 3, we have -2 times. I am missing -2 here. Then when we are going to solve it, it's -2 into when h is 0 there, then we get -2 into 3, we get here -6 here. It's my apologies here. It's -6 here. No matter concept, but it's a calculation mistake there, silly mistake there. What we see here? We see at x equal to 3, our left hand limit is what? -6. Our right hand limit is what? 20, and the function value is also 20 there. Then our limit, what is our limit? Our limit is not equal there. Then what we say that since left hand limit is not equal to f of 3 or not equal to right hand limit, then at x equal to 3, our fx is discontinuous, because our left hand limit and right hand limit both exist there, but they are not equal to each other. Also our left hand limit not equal to the value of the function there at the given point there. And x equal to 3 is what we have to find here. In question we have to find all the points of discontinuity. Then our point is what? X equal to 3 is our point of discontinuity here. Now we are moved to our next question there. Find the value of a for which the function f defined as fx a sin pi by 2x plus 1 whenever our x is less than or equal to 0. And again our fx is defined as 10x minus sin x upon x cube whenever our x is greater than 0. we have to be check it is continuous at x equal to 0 here. We have to find the value of a. We have to be find the value of a whenever it's given that it is continuous at x equal to 0 here. Since it's given that it is continuous at x equal to 0, then what we have? It means our left hand limit and right hand limit is equal to the f of 0 here. Then we are going to start with our find out our left hand limit and right hand limit. Since fx is continuous at x equal to 0, then what we have? Left hand limit equal to right hand limit equal to the function value at 0 there. Now we are going to find out our left hand limit. Limit s tends to 0 f, the point is our 0 there, 0 minus h. What we have? Then when our x is, here our x is less than 0, then our x is less than 0, we have a into sine pi by 2 plus x plus 1. We have limit s tends to 0, a sine pi by 2x. Our x is what? 0 minus h plus 1. Then we are going to solve it. What we have? Limit h tends to 0, a sine pi by 2 into this. When we are going to multiply with this with, when we are going to solving this bracket, then we get sine pi by 2 into 1, pi by 2 minus pi by 2 into h. It's our sine 90 minus theta. What do we have? Sine 90 minus theta. We are going to take h. We just find out h0 there. Whenever we are going to be find out there. Similarly, when we are going to h there, we get cos 90 minus theta. We get cos theta there. We can also find value 1 there. If we are just going to put h0 there, then it's a sine 90. We again sine 90 is 1 there. Then whatever the procedure there, we are going to find its limiting value is what? We get it's 1, a into 1, we get a here. With any limit s tends to 0, we am going to take in sine 90 minus theta, cos theta, a cos pi by 2h. When putting s equal to 0, it's cos, what we get? It's a cos 90. It's our sine 90 minus theta, cos. Look, when we are going to take here, what we get here? When we could put here s0 there, then it's our sine 90 minus theta, it's a cos theta, cos pi by 2h. We get cos 0 is 1, we get here a. If we want to be put h0 here, then again you get sine 90, getting sine 90 is 1, you also get a here. So now we get our left hand limit is what? A here. We get left hand limit is our a here. Now we are going to find out right hand limit there. Limit at which point? At the point s equal to 0. F of 0 plus h. Limit s tends to 0. Our point is now greater than 0. Then we have 10x minus sin x upon x cube. 10x minus sin x upon x cube. Now we have what we after solving what we have limit. Here we get 10 0 plus 10h. It's a sin h and then h cube. Now we are going to solve it. We are going to find out its limiting value. When we are going to further solve it, what do we get here? When we write down its sin h upon cos s, then taking LCM there and taking sine common there, what do you want to say that? I am going to write down 10s is as sin h upon cos s, then taking sin h common and taking LCM with, then we get here when taking sine common there, then here we have 1. Here what we have sin h into cos, then here we get cos s there and divided by cos s. Whenever I am going to solve it, then it can be written as taking sin s common, then it can be written as 1 minus cos s, our denominator cos s into h cube. what we do? We are do here sin s by cos s, then taking LCM, then we have sin s minus sin s into cos s upon cos s, taking sin s common there, and we have here. Now what we going to do? With we take one of the h there, take sin s upon h there. We are doing limit s tends to 0 sin h by h. Again we take limit s tends to 0 with further. What I'm going to take? We take 1 minus cos s upon cos h into h square with here. Now what we see? This value is 1 there. It's a type of limit theta tends to sin theta by theta. Then we get here 1 there. Now we have to be just consider there this part. Again we take this part as a limit s tends to 0 1 by cos h into limit s tends to 0 1 minus cos h upon s square. Again it's a 1 here. When we are going to put h0 there, we get 1 here. Just now we have to consider this limiting value. I am going to solve this one, putting the cos value of cos s there. Then what we have, limit s tends to 0. What is cos s? It's a 1 minus sin square theta. Then we have minus 1 minus minus plus 2 sin square h by 2 upon h square. When we are going to solve it's cancel out. Then now it can be written as limit s tends to 0. How? I'm going to write down it's a form of taking h by 2 is downward there and dividing by 2, multiplied and dividing by 2 here. Then this whole part also can be written as is what? We can write down is 1 by 2 sin square h by 2 h by 2 whole square. Here what we do, we multiplying 2 and dividing by 2 because already we have 2. We need one of the 2 there to making the form of sin theta by theta form there. Now again we to getting the form of sin theta by theta whole square there. Then we get its value is equal to 1. Sorry, it's get 1. It's a 1 by 2. Then here we get 1 by 2 into 1. We get 1 by 2. Now what we see that we find out our left hand limit a here and our right hand limit is what? 1 by 2. This since function is given continuous at x equal to 0, then what we have? We have left hand limit equal to right hand limit. Then our left hand limit is a, right hand limit is 1 by 2. Then our the value of a is what? 1 by 2. Now we are going to move with our next problem there. We have one of the functions, so that the function fx for our x is a real x belongs to a real number. Then fx is defined as e to power x divided by 1 plus e to power 1 by x whenever x is not equal to 0 and its value having 0 when our x is equal to 0. Now we have to show that it is discontinuous at x equal to 0 here. Now we have to be so that it's discontinuous. It means our left hand, maybe it's our left hand limit and right hand limit maybe not be exist, or maybe our both limit exists but they are not going to be coincide to each other. And whatever they both are exist, both having same values, but our function value is not going to coincide with our limit there. Then we are first of all we are going to check that our right hand limit or left hand limit exist are equal to each other or not. Then we are going to start with at x equal to 0. Getting the value of, we are going to start with find out right hand limit at x equal to 0. How we get? Limit h tends to 0 f of 0 plus h, because we start firstly from right hand limit 0 plus h. We have x equal to 0, we have x not equal to 0, means we have to be consider this part. It's a e to power x upon 1 plus e to power 1 by x. Then limit s tends to 0, we are going to write down e to power x. X is what? 0 plus h upon 1 plus e to power 1 by 0 plus h, 0 plus h. Now what do we have? We have here limit s tends to 0 e to power 0 plus h 1 plus e to power 1 by h. Now to find out limit, I am just trying to write down this value just like I am going to taking common e to power 1 by h from the denominator. Limit s tends to 0. To simplify the values, e to power h, I am going to take common e to power 1 by s. Then here what we get? We get e to power minus 1 by h, and here we get plus 1. Taking this part is as upper side. Then now what we have? Limit s tends to 0, taking it above, then e to power h into e to power minus 1 by h divided by e to power minus 1 by s plus 1. Now we are going to put our s tends to 0 there. Then when we are going to put our s tends to 0 there, then what do we get here? E to power 0 into e to power minus 1 by 0, e to power minus infinity. Here we get e to power minus infinity plus 1. Now look, our e to power 0 is what? Its value is 1. What is when our e to power minus infinity? Then its value tends to 0, means we take it's equal to 0 there. Then what do we have here? We have here it's a 1 into 0, 0 plus 1. When we are going to solve it, we get 0 here. Now its something value is 0 there. I find out right hand limit at x equal to 0, we get 0 there. Now we are going to find out it's a left hand limit. Limit s tends to 0, f of 0 minus h. Again we are going here, what we are going to take x not equal to 0. Then limit s tends to 0 e to power x means 0 minus h upon 1 plus e to power 1 upon 0 minus h. After solving, we have e to power minus h upon 1 plus e to power minus 1 by h. Again we are going to find out its value there. Then what we get? When we get s0 there, it's a get 1. We get 1 here because it's a 1 upon e to power h, e to power 0 1. Then we get 1 here. It's a 1, and being infinity, e to power minus infinity, it tends to 0. Then what do we get? We get here 1. Now what we see? Our right hand limit is equal to 0. Our left hand limit is equal to 1. Since right hand limit is not equal to left hand limit, therefore fx is discontinuous at x equal to 0. What we have to be proved that? We have to show that it is discontinuous at x equal to 0. Now we are going to start with our next problem there. We have to be show that the given problem, so that the function defined by gx, where gx is defined as x minus 1 by, it's the greatest integer function of x, it discontinuous at all integral points. Here again I am defining you our what is x? It denotes the greatest integer function. It is our greatest integer function. Now we have to be so that it is discontinuous at all integral points. Then what we are going to start with solution. Take our gx equal to x minus greatest integer function. Let we start with let n is some integer. We take n is some integer and belongs to I there. Now we are going to start with take limit x tends to n plus of gx. We are going to take limit x tends to n plus gx, then limit x tends to n plus x minus limit x tends to n plus, then what we have limit s tends to 0. Here we have n plus s since x is there. Here we have limit s tends to 0, then here we get n plus h. Now when I am going to find out this limiting value, then we get here n. What we get here? This is n plus h type. When our integer function is n plus h type, when our s tends to 0 there, then we have, by definition, it's not the greatest integer function. We are going to take its integral values there only. Then n plus 0 we get n is our integer, then we get here n there, then we have n minus n, then we get here 0 here. Then our which limit I have taken is n plus, then our right hand limit is what? 0 here. Now we are going to find out our left hand limit. We start with limit x tends to n minus fx, limit x tends to n minus, what we have x, then minus limit x tends to n minus greatest integer function x. Again we are doing limit h tends to 0. Here what we have, it's x, then we have n minus h. Here limit h tends to 0, then now see this limiting value is what? Here we get n here, but when we are going to find out greatest integer function, when h tends 0, it's n minus h, means it's whatever the integer there, we are going to be subtract something as there. So suppose h tends to 0, h is not exactly 0 point there, then it's our n minus h point there. Whatever is our integral value, then we are going to subtract h, then it's tends to its left hand side. Then in this case our limiting value is what? We getting here n minus 1 there. We are getting here n minus 1 there. Then what we have? We have n minus n plus 1, we get 1 here. Now what we see here? We get our right hand limit as 0 and our left hand limit as 1. Since right hand limit is not equal to left hand limit, it means our function fx is discontinuous. Our function is discontinuous at all integral points, because here we take n is our some integral, or n is some integer. We starting with n is some integer, and we are showing that its right hand limit, its left hand limit, both are not going to be it's not equal. Then our fx is discontinuous at the all integral points there. Now we are going to move with our some next example there. I'm not going to solve it, so I'm just going to explain you. Find all points of discontinuity where function is defined by fx equal to mod x. We have to find all points of discontinuity where function defined by fx equal to mod x minus x plus 1. We have to discuss its continuity or discontinuity there. And I'm not going to be completely solve you. I'm just going to be define this function. For here when mod x is equal to 0, then we are going to take its consider it x equal to 0 there. When we take x plus 1 equal to 0, then we get x equal to minus 1. Then we are going to define this function at x equal to 0 and x equal to minus 1. What will be function will happening when it's going to be between 0 and minus 1 there. Then I am going to be redefine this both modulus function there. We start with our fx. I am going to redefining it. But what the point here? From it we get x equal to 0. From here we get x equal to minus 1. Then we are going to be considering the points. What will be happen when x is 0? When x is equal to -1, then we are going to be the defining function between the region when our x is less than -1, when our x is between -1 and 0, and whenever our x is greater than 0 there. Then we start with when our x is less than -1. When our x is less than -1, then our mod x is what? Our mod x is negative minus x there. When we take mod x plus 1, it's also negative there. Then it's a minus of minus x plus 1. It's a minus of minus x plus 1. When we take x is less than -1, we are going to discuss the functions when x is less than -1 there. Now we are going to discuss our whenever our x is between -1 and 0 there, then our -1 or between 0, we are going to take it's less than 0. Then in this region, whenever x is lie between -1 and 0, our mod x is what? Again it's a negative there, then it's a mod x is what? Minus x. But between this region, when our x lie between -1 and 0, this mod x plus 1 is positive. Then we have minus x plus 1. Our mod x is x here. Then now we are going to take it whenever our x is greater than or equal to 0, our third case. In this case, our mod x this is positive. Again it's a positive. Then now our function is defined as fx equal to, what do we get here? Minus x plus, it's x cancel there. Then we get, what do we get here? We get here, it's a -1, then minus plus 1. We get 1 when our x is less than -1. Here what we get whenever our x is whenever our x is between -1 and 0, minus x minus 2x plus 1, minus 2x minus 1, and in this case our x is cancel out, and what we have, it's a now what are we doing in the given problem? I am just redefining the given function as, now from here you are going to check its continuity, at which point at x equal to -1 and x equal to 0, you get easily find out that it's not be going to be continuous there. This is the whole process there. Now in our next classes we are going to start with a differentiability there. We are going to be discussed with our differentiability